Welcome back to Ruby Breaks Baseball. This episode is a official Welcome Back Carder episode, as we are going to go over a concept associated with carding and collecting for people who are getting back into carding. Today we're going to go over graded cards. Here is Ruby's 2019 Bowman Heritage Bo Bichette. Mint 9 is the grade. This is graded by PSA. And in a moment, we'll go over who are the players in the grading industry. So I just mentioned PSA. Beckett, if you remember the back in the day, the magazine, they have a strong online presence, and they also have grading services. And SGC also is a third contender in what they consider the reputable graders. Now, I will put links to all those in the description or the comments, and I'll also put in a link to Cardboard Connection. They have a whole article on sports card grading. Why would you have a card graded? Well, there's a couple things, protections that graded cards offer you. First, when you send it in, your grading company is looking to make sure that your card is authentic, that it's not a counterfeit card. It's not somebody trying to dupe you or take advantage, and be edited or touched to make it look better than the card really is. So in the simplest of terms, it's a protection. Now, if you're sending the card in to get graded, you're probably not the person being protected. It's the next person down the line, the next lady, the next man, the next consumer who's looking to buy that card, honestly. But it is protection from you that if you did have a fraudulent card, that you're not passing it on, and then you're not exposing yourself to that fraud as well. So they all have a grading system, and I believe 10 is the best grade for all of them, 1 being the lowest. SGC and Beckett doing half-point scores as well. I believe PSA is exclusively a whole point system. And while I look at their page, yes, and let's go over theirs real fast. They have the Gem Mint, that is 10. They have a Mint at 9, a Near Mint Mint, that is 8, a Near Mint 7, an Excellent Mint 6, an Excellent 5, a Very Good to Excellent 4, a Very Good 3, a Good 2. Oh, and they do have a point on 5. For Fair, they have a 0.5, and then for Poor, they have a 1. And there are times that you would grade cards that are in the bottom tiers, but those would probably be cards of historic value, cards that aren't around, that there's not that many of, and maybe you want that protection, you want that validation that the card is real, that it hasn't been doctored, and that even though it might be just very good, or it might not be a very high grade card, but it still gives you that peace of mind and that knowledge. And if it's a rare card, that still might not be a bad score. I believe that a lot of the old cards struggle to get even near mint 7s. So, I mean, if you have an old Hall of Famer, a Very Good 3 might be okay, especially to verify the card. As you can see, these are in a plastic holder. You should take care to not scratch these. There are specific bags that are for these. I don't have them on at this very moment, as that takes away from the look here. And, it's already bad enough with the shine from the clay case. I do have a couple other cards here for you to view. This is my 2009 Top Silver Pack Cavan Biggio. This is the 1984 design. You know, it's a throwback design released in 2019, and this is from the silver pack. This is also a Mint 9, and so let's go over that. Since I've already shown you two Mint 9s, let's talk about what a Mint 9 is. A PS Mint 9 Superb condition card that exhibits only the following minor flaws: a very light wax stain on the reverse, a minor printing imperfection, slight off-white borders, centering must be approximately 60-40 to 65-35 or better on the front, and 90-10 better on the reverse. I think that on the first card I showed you, the Boba Fett, if you can see, there is the ever slightest cut error, and there is a very tiny piece of paper hanging off. Now, I think a lot of people would have probably tried to touch that. They probably would have cut that. They would have tried to do something. And I think that that's the way to go. The way that they're going to view this card is they're going to see that that you cut it. They're going to see that that cut was additional. And I think you're not going to get your grade at all then. I think that keeps the card from being graded, because they're going to look at this so closely that they're going to know that you did something to the card. And honestly, that little bitty speck right there kept this card from grading a 10. And I have some cards at home that are beautiful, and it just has this little piece right here. And so you have to make a decision whether that's worth sending in. A lot of times I can buy Mint 9s at 25% of the price of a Gem Mint 10. And that's basically what I look for. I look for a 75% reduction in price over the Gem Mint 10 to make, if I want to get a 9. And that makes it affordable, and it's a card I want in my collection, then I'll go 9. But on newer cards, I usually don't go past 9. I have one more 9 to show you. And that is my Vladimir Guerrero Topps Update rookie. But as we've talked about before, this isn't the first rookie. This is the rookie debut, and some people don't like these. And I've looked at this card, and I'm not 100% sure why. I think this corner up here might be the issue on this card. I mean, it doesn't look like a lot, but I think that might be where the point was lost. Or centering. Honestly, this should be a little bit thicker right here, but that could be in the 60-40, 65-35 range. So it's either this being just a little short right here, or that little corner, or a combination of the two. Now, I do have a Gem Mint 10 to show you. And of course, I am a Lourdes Gurriel collector. I'm trying to be a Rowdy Tellez collector, but his cards have spiked all of a sudden. Of course, he's gotten into the groove. Teoscar Hernandez as well has been someone I've been trying to get on, and his cards spiked too. And then let's go over the definition of a Gem Mint 10 real quick. So Gem Mint 10 is a PS Gem Mint 10 is a virtually perfect card. Attributes include 4 perfect sharp corners, a sharp focus, and full original gloss. A PSA Gem Mint 10 card must be free of staining of any kind, but an allowance might be made for a slight printing imperfection if it does not impair the overall appeal of the card. The image must be centered on the card within a tolerance not to exceed approximately 55-45 or 60-40% on the front and 75-25% on the reverse. So let's put this in layman's terms. nice corners, good edges, centering counts. Cards can count when they're cut, they can shift, and so it's hard for the manufacturers to cut them perfectly every time. So a high percentage of cards will not meet the gem mint definition just by centering alone. When we get there, obviously they're looking to see if the card was doctored, if the card is true, original, and they authenticate. Then they're going to look at the surface itself. Are there any scratches? Are there any print errors? Print errors that are taking away from looking at the card. I have mentioned this card before. I do own a card loose of this, and when I looked at having it graded, because I believe it's beautiful, I believe it's perfect, I was able to buy this card cheaper than to the grading cost for the other card. So why was it cheaper for me to buy it than grade it? Well, I don't have enough submissions to do a bulk submission. That's where I'm going to get my pricing down. And someone else was able to get their pricing down probably via a bulk shipping. And therefore, their price for their card grading and the card value was less than what it would cost me to grade as somebody who's not a big user. Real quick, the SGC card has 2 different tin ratings. They have a PRI, a pristine tin, and then a gem mint tin. And so you can see that they actually have like a 10 plus basically. And then they have the point system all the way down from 9.5 to 1.5. And of course, 1 being the lowest and 10 pristine being the highest. Once you have your card graded, your resale value should be higher because it is a guarantee to the buyer that the card is authentic, that a third party has looked at the card and told the world the condition, and it helps people feel at ease. It is easier to sell a 10 than a 9. You are able to get more money for a 10 than a 9. But if you are a collector on a budget, a 9 might be the right card for you. Grading. It's a big deal. It has a lot to do with security, with authenticity, and with a third party telling us, verifying what we think about our cards or telling us the truth about our cards. You don't have to have graded cards in your collection to enjoy your collection. Now, if you want graded cards in your collection, that's great. But remember, it's not necessary to have a good time. Now, in front of you, you see the Topps Chrome. Mix Misha coming through for the channel, not once, but twice now. And big props to Mix Misha. We will be doing team breaks on here, and they're going to be pretty affordable team breaks because the autographs are not going to go with the teams, and therefore the price has to drop per team break. The first autograph out of this box will go to, well, Mix Misha. I mean, he came through, and that's his card. The second card will be raffled to those in the break. We will do a raffle there at the end of the break to give away the second signature. Full disclosure, I will have one team in the break. Everyone can have one team in the break, and therefore one entry into the raffle for the second autograph. I know the spots are going to fill up. I know that we have Uncle Papa with the A's. I know that Josh will probably take the Twins. His brother will probably take Scott will take KC most likely. Jenna got Houston. Jason will get San Francisco. I'm going to take Toronto. And then I'm going to let, obviously, Mix Misha is going to get to pick a team. And honestly, he can have, if he wants to go for that Luis Roberts, then he can have the White Sox. If he wants to go for Kyle Lewis, he can have Seattle. They're going to be probably discounted over what you would see in a normal break, but that's only because of the autographs being one or being out and the second one being a raffle. If all teams don't fill up, that's fine. Only the teams that are there will be in the raffle. And the rest of the cards, obviously, Ruby Breaks Baseball can do something with those. And they could be giveaways. They could, who knows what they could do. We don't know. But we will be guaranteed to have 2 hits on the episode. One going to Misha and one going to one of our team breakers. So best of luck to all of you. Please like, please subscribe. I need subscriptions more than time at this point because we are doing really good with our time, but we're going to need a lot more subscribers. That's how this works. That's how the YouTube works. They want us to have 1,000 subscribers, and we're working towards 20. And so I'm going to say like and subscribe a lot. That's just the way it's going to be. And if you've liked and subscribed, I thank you. I really do, and I hope you enjoy the content, and if you don't, thank you for subscribing and just having us there and being a subscriber. Every little bit counts. Mix Misha sends cards for us to open, and that helps, but you just subscribing helps as well. Even if you're not, I would love you to watch the content, but if you can't handle Ruby, I understand, just go in there and, like a video every once in a while randomly. Honestly, just like one, just subscribe and like one occasionally. Give us a thumbs up. Anyways, I really do appreciate your time if you made it this far. I hope that this general introduction back into graded cards is helpful. I will provide links in the description and or comments. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Ruby Breaks Baseball. Ruby Breaks Baseball, if you know what I mean. Kicking out cards and keeping them clean. The lizard wanted to come out of his cage. But Ruby said, no, you gotta wait, 'cause I gotta have clean hands to open the cards. Woo! See you later. Okay, Mama, let go. Let go, Mama. Now the baby can't play. Come on, baby. Come on, Mama, let go.